from Elkton, Maryland, so only about 2 hours north of here. 3. I'm the Vice President of Ambitious Whips. I'm a member of National G Club and a member of Clean Culture. Really, everybody's mission is to just bring car enthusiasts together, do good for community, do a lot of community stuff as far as charities and reaching out and doing the food drives. I know recently the U.S. was hit pretty hard by Hurricane Harvey and the other one, and we've been doing a lot of stuff regarding doing meets as far as getting donations together for stuff to send to them. I got into cars probably about 6 years ago. My first car that I really started working on, I had a 2006 AccuAir TSX, and I was just living a single life. Didn't really do too much. Searching the internet, found a couple modded cars, and just started going from there. Eventually got into, got a set of wheels for it, redid the headlights, did the interior lights, and got an exhaust. And then that car got totaled, and I just felt like that was just a really strong passion. So I just continued with it even after that car was gone. My main project car is this right here. I mean, it has a lot of time and patience into it, and there's still more to come. I've still got a little list that I want to try and get done before I transfer next year. This one was just a kind of in the moment thing. When my Acura got totaled, I was only about 19 years old. I really didn't have a credit, and I needed something quick. And where I was living, where I was stationed in Delaware, there was a Kia dealership down the street, and they said, you make $800 a month, you'll be automatically approved. So my mother kind of dragged me to it, and I went and got a 2.4 liter naturally aspirated one. Had that for about 6 months. I really wanted the turbo version, but that was way too much. Had it for about 6 months before curiosity got the best of me. Went to a dealership. We found this one sitting on the lot. Test drive. Sat in the dealership for about 4 hours until finally came to some sort of agreement, and they bought off my last car, and I got this one. So, as you can see, the whole car is wrapped in a gloss fired orange. It's got the carbon fiber hood, lowering springs, or racing lowering springs, shocks and struts, 19-inch wheels, the awesome orange bullet lug nuts that are on there now, drill slotted rotors, front lip, upgraded HIDs, 5% tin all around, gloss black wrapped roof. All my lights are tinted. All chrome is vinyl wrapped black. Interior lights are done like an amber color to try and match. Daytime running lights. There's probably a lot more if I actually write it. Front mount intercooler, intake, turbo back exhaust. Yeah, it probably does it. So, hopefully here shortly, I leave for Florida next week for a car show, and then hopefully when I get back, I get the ECU tuned, and after that, probably little things. I still need a strut tower, other little things as well until tax return time, and then once that comes in, I'm going to have some headlights built with RGB halos in them, and get those installed. Everything except for the mileage. About 125,000 miles right now, but I mean, I love everything about this car. I don't know, it's really just a head turner. I know, but you don't see any of these around, especially modified. I only know of about 6 or 7 of us here in Maryland with modified Optimas, and it's not like there's no community for this car either. There's a huge community, especially around, you know, southern, like Georgia and Florida. There's a huge community down there. There's tons of guys to talk to, and then there's tons of guys all over the United States just to talk to. And the community is great. The car's great. I love everything about it.
This is a Humbly speed.
Oh, that's when we go back to the mileage. Other than that, I mean, there's really nothing I don't like about this. My favorite car I've owned, but I've only had 6, and none of them were as new as this. I mean, I've already made the decision of whatever car I buy or trade up to, or any car after that. All cars in my future are gonna plan on getting built one way or another, whether it's just basic little things or if it's full-on builds. I mean, obviously, just like everybody else, it's like whatever I can afford to do, and have the patience to do. But I think after this, I'd kind of like to stay a little loyal. Maybe go back to Kia or maybe even Hyundai and see what they have, or not. Then probably look at probably like a WRX or something, and work on that as well. Just something all-wheel drive would be nice. Probably right now would probably be a Coastie R, a Venador, a '69 Shelby GT500, a current GT350R, and we'll just keep this one at the end. I mean, the biggest reason I got into this was when I was stationed in Delaware. I had a family, I had a wife, and I had a son, and my main thing was with my work schedule. I was at work for 48 to 72 hours at a time. So when I came home, I felt like my duty was to be at home with my family all the time. So I really wasn't going out that much. I wasn't like online talking to people about cars or anything like that. And then things changed, and you know, the whole car culture is kind of what got me out there. You know, I made, you know, from being in Delaware to moving here, you know, making connections with a bunch of car people, whether they were here within the clubs that I'm in right now or the ones out of state in my community, for Optimas. You know, I've made a lot of friends, and I mean, I can't be any more thankful for that. So car culture is a huge part of my life. Car culture means everything to me. As I just stated, it's a part of me. Now it is. Ever since I got started into it, it's something that's never going to leave me, no matter how old I get. You know, even when I'm 70, 80 years old, I don't care. Whatever I have is going to get worked on. And you know, I can't be, you know, I can't be more thankful for the friends that I made from it, and even my girlfriend right now, she completely supports me, and I couldn't ask for anything more than that. It's just support for it, not just, you know, not somebody who either deals with it or just doesn't like it. So, too bad. Car enthusiast to me is just anybody who respects like any build. Like, I know some people, they just prefer one make and model. They prefer certain types of builds, whether they're done by yourself or you have a shop completely do everything for you. But a true enthusiast to me is somebody who can look at anything and just respect the car for what it is and understand, everybody has a job. Most people have jobs, and it takes time of what people work on. It might take you 2 or 3 years before you get a set of wheels, but everything else is worked on or something like that. It takes time. It took me 4.5 years to get to where I am right now, but I've been a car enthusiast the entire way, respecting just everything. There's not a specific make or model that I don't like. I mean, the only thing that I believe is just wrong is kind of just what I talked about. There's a lot of understanding that people look for certain things. They like certain builds the way they are. That's understandable. But I don't believe there's a reason to trash somebody because their build isn't something that you don't like. Everybody has opinions. Everybody understands that. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to voice it all the time. Oh, absolutely. If anybody chooses to take pictures, videos, go for it. I'm not one to not like it. I'm also not one to really get into it if people don't take pictures or videos of my car. I know some people like that, and that's not the way it goes. If people look at your car with a camera in their hand and they say, "Hey man, I want to get a picture of this," then great, absolutely. People don't, then people don't. Brap. Probably not. I don't think I can trust myself. Day. Probably. First car I ever owned was probably my first car, a 1995 Dodge Shadow, when I was in high school. That was my first car, and you get it to 100 miles an hour and the whole car starts shaking. That was a little scary. This one.
This is a Humbly beat.
We probably got to go with Fast 8, I guess. Like any of them, whether it be a classic and be the first Fast and Furious, or it be the new one. They were all pretty good to me. Well, warnings are different than tickets. Yeah. Warnings, probably too much to count. Actual tickets, probably only 3 or 4. My big one that I do each year is Import Alliance down in Atlanta, Georgia at Atlanta Motor Speedway. That one I've been to for the past 4 years, ever since I moved here to Maryland. And each year I have a bigger group to go with. I started putting a group together to go down more for like the KDM community and try to aim more towards Optima owners. And my first year I only went with one other guy, and then last year I went with about 45 other people, all Optimas. So we're hoping to get an even bigger group this year. We're hoping to aim for between like 70 and 80, and just get in there and take up an entire parking lot. that would be our goal. It's the biggest show that I'm looking forward to. Pretty much nothing I haven't said already. I mean, like I said, like people have their own opinions on what they look for. You know, just respect everything. Social media, I have a Facebook, you know, Tim Hurt, Instagram, MD_Coastie. Really, that's about it. I don't bother with the whole Twitter thing.